Tired of feeling like your accounting software creates more confusion than clarity? Well, same here. I was juggling invoices, personal expenses, and side hustle income, and it was a mess. So I tested Quicken Business and Quicken Personal in search of the best accounting software for small businesses. And here's what surprised me the most. But before I actually go into the features of these small business accounting softwares or give you my verdict in the end, I want to take a step back to what I actually did before I ever tested these out. Because, if you're anything like me, you don't just trust what a company says on its homepage, like all the details, all that shiny, flashy stuff. You want to look at what the real people are talking about. And trust me, I spent days combing through the reviews, the good, the bad, and the why am I even reading this at 2 a.m. kind of reviews. So I actually started with the 1-star reviews. Not because I expected disaster, but because it gives a clearer picture of the worst case scenario here. And yeah, I found a few just like this one. One guy said that his subscription worked perfectly, just like Quicken designed, but he felt the annual price was obscene. He even said that his old version of Quicken did the job just fine and didn't know why the new one cost so much. And I guess I hear him, yeah. No one likes going from a one-time payment to a recurring charge. I remember getting my first renewal email and thinking, wait, I'm paying again? But here's why I didn't jump ship. That complaint, it didn't come up many times. And to be honest, in today's world of streaming services and cloud syncing, subscription pricing like this is not going to go away, right? Plus, it offers constant updates and support, which is something you can miss out on with the older versions. Now, on the flip side of this, many users are downright loyal, recognizing Quicken as the best business accounting software that they've tried. One guy here said that he's been using Quicken for almost 40 years now, and the only time he thought Quicken made a mistake turned out to be his own error. That says a lot. Another reviewer loved how flexible it was with manual updates and autosync, especially with the mobile app. He mentioned how nice it was to access his data while away from home. That's huge if you're running errands or need to double check expenses on the go. There was even this couple in their late 60s who said that it helped them stay on top of their money and recommended it for young families just starting out. Different parts in life, different strategies, and they recommend that young people do it. Cool. That one hit me personally. Financial software that spans generations, that's not just branding, that's long-term trust. So yeah, there are some pretty loud complaints, but there's a much louder chorus of people sticking with the software just because, it worked for them. All right, now let's look at their features, because honestly, this is where I really started paying attention. When I first opened Quicken, I concluded that it was just another budgeting app. But the more I explored, the more I realized this thing is like your financial command center. And it became clear to me why it is the best business accounting software for small businesses. I started with the basics, right? Setting up accounts, simple stuff. You simply tell Quicken where you bank or invest. It connects you directly to your institutions, it pulls in your transactions, and then it lays it all out in a clear spending report. No manual entry, no guessing, just plug and play. And once everything was synced, I finally had the full picture of where my money was going. I could track money, I could track my income, my spending, my taxes. I could even track my investment performance all from this one dashboard. That alone felt like a win to me. But with this best online accounting software for small businesses, it actually keeps getting better. So next up was categorizing transactions. Now, I've used self-acclaimed best software for small business accounting before, and those try like the auto tagging stuff. Let's just say it didn't go as well. But Quicken, shockingly accurate. So let's say I made a purchase at Target or a grocery store. So it already knew what that meant and assigned it the right category. Yeah, it did mess up a few times, like tagging my pet food as groceries instead of supplies, but I could easily fix it, and then Quicken remembered for the future. That small detail is a huge time saver. Then came the bill and income reminders. This changed everything. I plugged in my regular bills and income, and Quicken forecasted my account balances weeks in advance. It showed me when I was about to go into the red before it actually happened. No more overdraft surprises there. It felt like having a financial GPS to make sure I go in the right direction. Oh, and speaking of payments, QuickPay and CheckPay are tools that I didn't think I needed until I tried them. QuickPay lets you pay bills electronically straight from the app. CheckPay actually sends a real check for you. I used it to pay a vendor who only used checks, and yeah, it checked the payment too. It was tracking it just fine. I saw when you received it. It was great. No more wondering if like a mailed check disappears into the abyss and you'll never see it again. So then I got into the budgeting, and I mean real budgeting. Once I set it up, Quicken helped me see exactly where I was overspending. It wasn't just like a pie chart. It was a live, breathing roadmap that could keep me in check and my spending. It literally saved me hundreds over a few months by helping me avoid those impulse buys. And don't get me started on the mobile app. I checked balances while waiting in line. I tag expenses at the gas station, and I always stay on top of alerts, all from my phone. It syncs seamlessly with the desktop version, which is rare in apps like this. And if you're an investor, Quicken includes real-time market quotes, crypto tracking, and even lets you monitor stock options or RSUs. I didn't expect much from this feature, but it's surprisingly robust, especially for someone who likes to keep a close eye on their investments. So, what accounting software is best for small businesses? Now, here's where the fork in the road appears. Quicken Business versus Quicken Personal. I actually started with Quicken Personal. It was perfect for getting a handle on my household budget, retirement accounts, credit cards, all the basics. It helped me clean up my finances in a big way. But when I started freelancing and getting more money from different places, I needed something more to keep track of everything. And that's when I upgraded to Quicken Business. And let me tell you, it was the game changer. It's without a doubt the best small business accounting software. Not only could I separate personal and business expenses, I could also send invoices, track which clients still owed me, manage rental properties, and generate profit and loss reports in a single click. That one upgrade saved me hours of spreadsheet hell. It basically turned my scattered system into a real business in this one place. Now, you might ask, how does it compare to other competitors like QuickBooks, for example? Well, I've used both, and here's what I'll say. QuickBooks is powerful, but it's heavily focused on just businesses. If you just want to manage your personal finances and a side hustle, maybe in just one place, QuickBooks often makes you pay for multiple tools and is a bit of an overkill. Quicken combines them all. So for someone like me who wears a lot of hats and needs an all-in-one solution for my freelance business, Quicken Business and Personal just made more sense to start with. Now, let me be real. No platform is going to be perfect. Not even the best accounting software for small to medium-sized businesses. There were a few things that made me raise an eyebrow, though. First, the design. Quicken's interface is not exactly sleek, but it's smooth. Everything is where it should be. So while it looks a bit dated, it still works great. Second, there is a learning curve. If you've never used accounting software before, expect to spend a few hours clicking around and maybe watching a tutorial or two. But that can be true with any serious financial tool. And once you get past that first day or two, it starts feeling intuitive. The way I see it, a small speed bump at the start is better than getting lost in spreadsheets every month. So, is Quicken the cheapest option out there? No. But is it overpriced? No, not at all. Compared to other tools that I've tried, especially ones that split personal and business finance into separate platforms, Quicken's pricing feels reasonable to me. You get a ton of features bundled together, and you're not constantly being upsold here and there. For anyone, I think, searching for the best accounting software for small business, it really strikes a really solid balance between cost and capability. They also usually run discounts and promos, and we do our best to keep those updated. So kindly check the link in the description of this video to see the latest pricing and to grab any current deals going on. So is Quicken really the best accounting software for small business? Well, whether you're managing a household budget, freelance income, rental properties, or investments, Quicken brings it all together in one place. It's not flashy, but it works, and it works well. It keeps working, and it keeps working well. So check that link in the description of this video to get started with our special discount and coupon.